Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Nusrat Jahan Khan and welcome to my video. Today I will discuss about NAT, which means Network Address Translation. Firstly, I will talk about what is NAT. NAT represents Network Address Translation, which is a technique used in computer networking that allows multiple devices on a private network to share a single public IP address to communicate with external networks, such as Internet. It modifies the network address information in the IP packet headers while the packets are in transit across a router or firewall. Types of NAT. There are three types of NAT. One is static NAT, two is dynamic NAT, and three is port address translation. So let's talk about the types of NAT in briefly. Static NAT maps a single private IP address to a single public IP address. It is used when a device such as server needs to be accessible from the outside world with a consistent public IP address. Dynamic NAT maps a private IP address to a public IP address from a pool of public address. It is used when multiple devices need to access to their internet but do not require a consistent public IP. On the other hand, port address translation maps multiple private IPs to a single public IP. It is also called NAT overload. It differentiates devices by using unique port numbers and most common types of NAT used in home and small office routers. Now let's talk about how NAT works. This diagram shows how Internet Address Translation works, specifically source NAT, which is commonly used in routers to allow multiple devices in a private network to share a single public IP address when accessing the Internet. Here, two computers are inside a private network. They are sending data to the same destination on the Internet. This could be web server. The router in the middle is performing NAT. It translates private IP addresses into a single public IP addresses before sending the packets to the Internet. This translation allows the private devices to communicate with external services using a single shared public IP. The server on the Internet sees the requests coming from the router's public IP and with different source port numbers. NAT keeps track of the original private IP and maps them to a unique public IP and port. This way, when responses come back from the server, the router knows which private device the data is meant for. Public versus private IP address. Public IP address are unique IP addresses assigned to devices within your home or local network. Public IP address is assigned to your router by your internet service provider. It is how your internet is defined on the internet. Benefits of NAT. Security enhancement hides internal network addresses from internal sources. IP address conversion helps organizations save public IP addresses. Network isolation allows private IP networks to operate without conflict with public IP networks. Simple configuration relatively easy to configure on routers or firewalls. So let's see the limitations of NAT. Compatibility issues. Some applications may not work well with NAT because they rely on direct communication between devices. Complexity in large networks. Managing NAT rules in large networks can become complex. Performance impact. NAT introduces overhead in terms of processing time and memory usage. And that's all for today. If you find good in this video, please like, comment and subscribe my channel and share this video. Thank you.